Hey guys, today I'll be explaining the Analects of Confucius 1.15. And without further ado, let's get started. 1.15. Zigong said, "Poor without being obsequious, rich without being arrogant. What would you say about someone like that?" The master answered, "That is acceptable, but it is still not as good as being poor but joyful, rich yet loving ritual." Zigong said, "An ode says, as if cut, as if polished, as if carved, as if ground. Is this not what you have in mind?" The master said, "Zigong, you are precisely the kind of person with whom one can begin to discuss the odes. Informed as to what has gone before, you know what is to come." So, poor without being obsequious, rich without being arrogant. So Zigong mentions someone who, when he is poor, does not give out insincere comments or insincere compliments to achieve a certain goal and is not bitter. And when rich, he is not too proud and does not look down on others. So Zigong is describing someone who does not fall into the common vices that being rich or poor tempts you towards. And then the master answered, "That is acceptable, but is still not as good as being poor yet joyful, rich yet loving ritual." So being without vices is the bare minimum of the expectation for a gentleman. But it is still not as good as being poor yet not resentful that you're not getting what you wanted, but instead finding joy in moral cultivation rather than desire over physical indulgence. And rich yet loving ritual, so that's being rich, but also attaching yourself to rituals so that you can be governed in your actions. And then Zigong said, an ode says, as if cut, as if polished, as if carved, as if ground. This is from an ode or a poem that is from the Book of Odes, which is the oldest collection of Chinese poems. So cutting and carving are just rough shapings, and polishing and grounding are final adjustments, smoothing, and anything else for perfection. So it's saying here that a gentleman's virtue is not innate, but instead he has to continuously polish and perfect himself with inner self-cultivation and external guidance. And then the master said, "Zigong, you are precisely the kind of person with whom one can begin to discuss the odes. Informed as to what has gone before, you know what is to come." So Confucius is praising Zigong for rightly applying his knowledge from a text to a real-life conversation. And that will be all today. Thank you for listening.